Welcome back to CBS This Morning. Flight attendants are showing renewed interest in learning self-defense. The FAA reports there have been so many incidents on airplanes this year that it's levied a total of more than $1 million in fines on dozens of unruly passengers. We've never seen that before in commercial aviation. As Errol Barnett reports, that's led more airline employees to enroll in special training. He joins us from Reagan National Airport outside Washington, D.C. Errol, good morning.
Please also wash your hands.
Hey there, Anthony. Good morning. You're right. This is a moment unlike any other in commercial aviation history. You have pandemic stress frazzling the nerves of COVID-anxious travelers, all while flight attendants have this new sense of urgency around learning how to protect themselves. I mean, after all, they are the ones trying to keep the peace while dodging punches.
Boom, boom. It is no wonder why federal marshals are guiding flight crew on how to hit back.
It's getting crazy out there lately.
Sit down and remain calm.
This year, it's truly been chaos in the cabin. Fists flying on this American Airlines plane this month. A Southwest flight attendant knocked bloody by a passenger in May. And people being restrained to their seats, including this man on Frontier Airlines. After being accused of groping two of the flight crew, he was wrapped with tape all the way up to his mouth.
This man got the right dentist, that's all I'm gonna say.
He was eventually charged with battery.
I would hire all three of those ladies to be federal air marshals today if they were interested. That's how much I think they're seriously taking the class.
Stephanie Metzger manages the Air Marshal's New York field office and says this post-9/11 program had been on hiatus during the pandemic. Last month, it returned with a renewed sense of urgency.
We've had great demand since we reintroduced the classes.
The FAA announced Thursday that with more than $500,000 in new fines to dozens of unruly passengers, it has exceeded $1 million in financial punishments for the year. The largest, a $45,000 fine for a JetBlue passenger who allegedly threw his luggage, got on the floor, and put his head up a flight attendant's skirt. The president of the Flight Attendants Union continues to push for jail time.
What we need to do is we need to have the DOJ also criminally prosecuting and using the penalties that are there under the law already, up to 20 years in prison for any one of these incidents.
The palm strike is certainly something that we're taught during basic training. I mean, we're also taught the elbow one.
In almost a decade on the flight deck, Judith, who declined to provide her last name, says she's never had to get physical with a passenger, but says if she has to, now she's ready.
I don't know what that's called, but like you grab their hand and then you can roll them onto the ground. I thought that was really useful. It was really surprisingly fun.
Now, disputes over masks make up the bulk of the almost 4,000 incidents reported so far this year. And according to the FAA, a quarter of those incidents are alcohol-related. And that's why Southwest Airlines and American suspended alcohol sales. Tony, American Airlines announced it won't resume those sales until sometime in mid-January.
Wow, Errol, that's quite the sign of the times piece, guys. I'm kind of on the edge between smiling at it because it's somewhat ridiculous, the idea that you would have to take on that training, and then crying about it because apparently it is. People are that crazy.
Well, you sure don't want to mess with Judith now.
No, you don't.
You really
Watch
don't.
out.
But they shouldn't have to be taking this training. It's that simple.
It's sad and it's maddening all at the same time. I totally agree with you. And that United announced the other day that you can no longer duct tape passengers. I'm okay with them duct taping a knucklehead who's gone out of control.
Yeah.
Flight attendants have lost their teeth.
Yes.
They've been assaulted.
Yep.
They physically, verbally, and mentally. It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
It is.